Hello everyone and welcome back. Once again, Mania 4K World Cup action, Grand Finals time. 2019 is the year, and I'm Juan Crystal, commentating alongside Rem. How are you doing, Rem?
Hey, hello. It's been a while since last week, but now we're venturing to the third place match and eventually get into the podium spot for the number one.
Oh yes, Brazil versus the United States. This is like the match we're just used to see for the third place. I think it's the fourth year in a row that we have this matchup happening.
Yeah.
And man, am I excited for this one. It's usually the best match of the entire tournament. The peak of skill is displayed here between these two teams, and they're always so evenly matched that if you don't see a tiebreaker, it's probably a very weird year. I think out of the 4 last years we had these two teams playing, we saw 3 tiebreakers.
3 tiebreakers.
1 in semis, 1 in finals, and actually 2 in finals, I think. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah, 2 were in finals in 2017 and 2016. 2018, I think? 2018 was a semi.
2018
right?
wasn't semifinals, I'm sure about that. But then
Yeah.
It was just crazy. I think 2016 was not a tiebreaker. I think Brazil won easily on that one, like 7-2, 7-3. But yeah, that was epic. And this time we're looking to see a pretty epic show as well. Lotus, Thilifanger, Urso Manso, Andre MC, Cute, and Felipe Link facing Electro, Tough Daddy, Gekido, Crazy Cell, Sawyer D, and Halogen. Veterans in both sides, new faces on both sides, and they are just outperforming every single week. They're just playing better. And honestly, I feel Korea should be pretty afraid of whoever wins this. They already played against Brazil last week, and they won it, but not so easily. It was a pretty close battle for most of the picks. And the United States, if they can take down Brazil, that means it's gonna be even harder for them. So Korea has to be very careful with this.
I think given how South Korea won against Brazil in the finals, it was like 7-3. That just goes to show, like, even like the other picks that were made, it was like pretty close overall. So it's pretty much anyone's game. It's not really like that one-sided match. So it's something else that we're gonna see later.
And here we are with the rosters starting to show up there for the warm-ups. We have a happy song, short version, difficulty 4K blessed, and blessed.
Same.
We will be after seeing this match, I feel. This sounds like Vocaloid, actually. Oh, Flamengo 5 Remy of 0. Oh, if that's a repeat of this, that would be great. He's talking about the Copa Libertadores semifinals, the soccer ones. That was actually incredible. Flamengo was really showing off there. But it doesn't matter. Nothing to deal with those. We'll hopefully have a closer match this time around between these two teams.
I'm more so afraid what kind of chart this is going to be, because I feel like
this is Brazil's warm-up though, so I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, Brazil's warm-up was kind of like nasty to watch, even to play even.
And here we are. Silly Fanger, also known as Nate, the Rubing, with Lotus and Cute, will be facing Tough Daddy, Gekido, and Sawyer D. At least on the first warm-up it will be. And again, I cannot stress this enough. This matchup should be one of the craziest ones in the entire tournament. It always is. You always talk on like Taiko World Cup, for example. You always like, okay, who's gonna be the number 3 team this year? Because there's always Japan and Taiwan.
Yeah.
And for Mania World Cup is, who's gonna be the second team? Is it gonna be Brazil or the United States? And it's always that question.
Yeah.
This time around, I reckon we could see either of these 3 teams remaining, South Korea, Brazil, or the United States. Any of them can take the number 1 spot, no doubts. They are all extremely solid. And we
It's
saw
pretty
last
much-
week, Korea has weakness, and they're waiting to see who wins this.
It's pretty much anyone's game. Like no one can even like really predict who even gets like. Whoa, okay. I mean, like even you can't really even guess whose team was gonna actually came out on top because like you say, those teams are like evenly matched.
Yeah, and it always happens the same way, right? It's always Brazil being better at one skill set, be it long nose, for example, and then the US being better on Rise. Like it's always that way. It's always like they are better at one skill set than the other team, but on the other it gets completely negated. And this time around, I actually feel it's the other way around. We used to see a Brazil which was superior in terms of long nodes, but this year, I'll argue the US is probably the better team when it comes to long node abilities, and obviously on SVs, they're like the best SV team in the world. But when it comes to Rise, Brazil showed off very great consistencies against South Korea, but so did the United States against teams like Japan and obviously Team Philippines last weekend. So it's gonna be a very close call in terms of Rise, and I feel the long node picks are sort of risky for both teams as well in a way, because they are so easy to column lock. It's so easy for your score to just be dunked on, like to be completely depleted. So I wouldn't be surprised if the US probably has free wins on like both of the SV picks. Kami-sama and Ejimaki is probably a very safe pick for them. But after that, both Calamity Fortune and Duplication are extremely risky picks, even though they are long node heavy, because they are so much speed oriented. They're so easy to color block. And then on Brazil's side as well, most of the hybrids feature some long node stuff that Top Daddy will probably just destroy. So it's gonna be very hard to predict the picks here, and it's gonna be very hard for these teams to make the calls.
Well, looks like the first rumor is about to be done. Yeah, there you go. Well, just to showcase a little bit of a warm up, I feel like the chart in itself is kind of like the finals tier. I don't know. Maybe like some misses coming around should be indicated once, and we'll see. USA's warm up yet again. This is actually charted by Geki though.
Oh no. Nego Vol Super Chupa Gasetsu Dynamic is the map they're gonna be playing as the second warm-up. Map by Gekido, and this can only be a meme.
I think for a while I saw like Gekido and like chat on Discord saying that this is actually.
He was not looking forward to play this, yeah.
Yeah. Terrible warm-up, like he said, but terrible in the means that is kind of like playability, but not more so the meme.
It sounds like a distorted version of the opening of Dragon Ball Z in Brazilian, like in Portuguese.
It kind of is.
Oh my god. Oh.
You cannot even ask for a better warm-up, I think, at this point.
I mean, it's the peak of warm-ups, grand final warm-ups. Oh my god. But yeah, while we're waiting for this warm-up to like load up and all the players to be ready in order to like start a match, what are your predictions, Chad? I see a lot of support for Brazil, not so much for the United States, and I'm sure there's people there supporting the US as well. The North American team against the South Americans. So you better show all that support in the chat, because your teams will need it. This match is going to be very close, and every single bit of help will definitely be necessary. And if you're not supporting anyone, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But feel free to show your support to the team that already got eliminated, like Poland.
Yeah, like Poland, like Australia too. That's the same thing.
And here we go, 10 seconds. The last countdown for the last warm-up of this match. We're about to begin with a legendary meme again by Gekido. United States warm-up about to be played.
Would imagine there's kind of so many Dragon Ball meme charts to begin with. I think I kind of know 7 or 8 of them. This is the 8th time kind of seeing the Dragon Ball charts like this.
Well, it's pretty frequent that if both teams show up against each other, they're gonna show up twice. One's on the winner's bracket and one on the loser's bracket. That's always the case. Unless they face Korea in a chain and they only face on the loser's bracket final like this one. I mean, this doesn't look that bad so far.
Yeah, it's kind of with a nice dumb concept to it.
So now taking the memes aside for a little bit, Rem, who do you think is gonna win this?
I really have 100% no idea who's gonna win this. Actually, it's just something like you would call normally as a tiebreaker match. And I think in the last year's semifinals was the kind of thing you would normally see, and this is actually no exception. So we'd normally see kind of tiebreaker match, which is evenly matched. They're just so close in every terms of other skill set. But in finals map pool like this, in which Rise has a little bit of better ratio in terms of talents or SPs, it's hard to judge. It's hard to call who is gonna win on that.
You don't want to make the call. I feel that's fair. If I have to pick a team here, I'm with Brazil. My money is with Brazil. I predicted Brazil to win this entire tournament, and I'm not taking that bet down. I think Brazil still has what it takes to take Korea down, and I think they are the superior team overall. But the United States is definitely a very problematic opponent for them because they can exploit their long weakness and perhaps sneak and snipe one of the Rise picks. And that's a good roll by Toph there, 82.
Yeah. Toph won the roll, and Lotus, I think, rolled a 53, which means Toph will get to pick first or second, and whoever is going to get that, probably make him pick first, because I feel, Brazil will going to have to ban. I think it's no doubt for banning SBs here, because I think it's a pretty
Yeah, they should be banning Lost Found Memory, I feel. Maybe Breach Protocol, but yeah, Last Found Memory is the ban. And as we're hearing Risingization in the background.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the United States banning Don't Stop, because that's what they did last matches.
And they do. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Their last matches, it's so long and it's speedy core jacks. It's tough to keep up with the consistency of it.
This is just a dream, ladies and gentlemen, or is it? Brazil and the United States about to face each other once more, as it is tradition. They already faced each other on the semi-finals, or the quarterfinal actually, of this tournament. Brazil came up victorious, but the US looking for revenge here, as they're going with Breach Protocol as their first pick. No surprises here, straight for the SV action.
Ooh, I actually see the fangirling huge movie. Yeah, to swap it someone.
No surprise. I think Andre MC is gonna come here. Probably Urso Manso as well, if it's not cute.
I was kind of expecting a Silly Fangirl to kind of practice SVs a bit more compared, because I feel last year was kind of Silly Fangirl for playing all maps SVs
right.
and LS.
Yeah, we're having Halogen. I thought we were gonna have Electro for this, but then I remember, dude, Halogen exists. And he's the SB madman of the US as well, with Gekido and Toph. I will argue Gekido is probably the best SB player in the team. Toph Daddy not so much behind, and Halogen is just a monster in general when it comes to this kind of reading-oriented maps. So, Andre and C here joining as well.
I think in terms of higher end charts where it has a physical demand, not so more into SVs. So this is more physical demanding that Gekido probably shines a little bit more than everyone else.
Didn't he play this with double time, or I recall incorrectly? Was it Lost Found Memories?
I think it was Lost Found Memory. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he got an
Bridge
S
Protocol-
on Lost Found Memories double time.
Yeah. Bridge Protocol is like kind of impossible to like to double
Yeah,
time.
the mini jacks are just so fast, you can't double time that. I like the idea that Halogen is proposing there. We should coach each other to win over South Korea and stop them. I mean, I always get triggered when I see SK instead of KR, which, like, SK is Slovakia, but we understand the point.
Yeah.
We got to stop Slovakia, man.
Slovakia's the best country, best team.
Yeah, they're gonna win the World Cup.
I think they could. I think if whoever won the match, they could actually just transfer their skill set. It's okay. If Brazil wins this, then United States can transfer the SV skill.
That would be
So
cool.
it might come
yeah.
in handy. It might come.
So let's put it this way: the team that wins can select one player of the other team to use him in the last match of the tournament.
Yeah.
So you basically pick either Lotus or Toph, depending on the team.
It's more so to a substitution, but it's more cross-country based.
Here we go, we should be ready to go, starting with the first choice of the match, what is promising to be one of the best in the entirety of the tournament. Breach Protocol, map by Daiki, vampirical difficulty, and as you can tell for the difficulty name and previous weekend, this is the SV choice, the only one that's left open, as Last Found Memory was banned after all. The United States trying to use their advantage in SVs to capitalize the first point, establish themselves a lead in the very early stages, forcing Brazil to make the risky picks first. Not saving anything for later. They want to go straight with the best they can offer.
And by like the first picks or both teams, it could have been like I mean, it's pretty obvious why they go for it. Like Brazil, I don't think like Brazil play any SVs. I think in Brazil versus South Korea, like Brazil didn't play any SVs.
Brazil banned Breach Protocol against South Korea. They didn't pick Lost Found Memories, and neither did Korea. So that's one of the maps we will not know any of the team's performance when it comes to the grand final. We didn't see the US playing Lost Found Melodies. We didn't see Brazil playing it either, so Korea will have to go blind or ban that map against the United States or Brazil if they want to.
Okay, so actually Cute swapping out for Urso, I think. I think because like Cute kind of moving out yet again. Or just a coin flip, who is ever going to play that?
Waiting for Urso Manso here, I think, to join the room, so he was on the Twitch chat just now, so he should be joining soon. Urso Manso is Messi of Brazilian 4-key player epic.
Well, I think it does it like Urso is not on the turning client. So we're gonna have Cute instead.
Seems okay, he actually left again. Is Urso joining? I don't understand. Oh, he typed Urso Manso with like a space in the middle. Andre, that's not how the command works.
You know the player for like 3 years ago. You can't even look. And it's not Cute back again. Brazil's playing the mind games.
Interesting, we're still waiting to see what happens there. I feel like Cute is just gonna join here instead.
Does feel like Urso is now on the turning client. There we go. I think Cute is swapping out for Urso.
And there he is. There is Urso Manso. Brazil stalling it a little bit to fulfill their better roster for the SV pick. We'll see if that matters, because the US is a big powerhouse. On Bridge Protocol, I have no doubts they will have a ridiculous score.
Walter signals the start of the MP with 10 seconds, and we should be good to go here. First chart out of the possible 13.
We're starting with Fury World Cup again.
Yeah. Bridge Protocol here.
Obviously, the very epic intro here with the very... No, look at the scroll speed.
Yeah.
It's like the scroll speed just gets adjusted by the tournament client. Here we go, the ghost steps on the intro to not mess up the first note, and there it is. Map is starting. SV reading choice selected by the United States. We'll see if it works out for them.
$200 by Urso, and also more to Andre. Oh, actually, a lot of macros.
He's struggling a lot with this. The longness are not proving helpful for him. And as much as Andre is performing well on this, not even Lotus is able to keep up with the S rank here.
And everyone from the United States holding 98%. No one from Brazil holding 97 plus. Only Andre is like just catching up a little bit. Ooh, 2 misses from the United States too. But then even then the lead is actually like 60,000 misses before the early.
Enormous at the moment, yeah. Tove Daddy, Calogen, and Gekido all about the 97% mark. Lowest score is actually from Tove Daddy, which is surprising. Oh, Halogen, hello. That's a long no drop.
I mean, the difference is
anymore.
Yeah, I think the differences between the scores are just all across the board. Only Urso 90-89.
It looks unrecoverable at this point. It only can change with a fail, I feel. The map is pretty long, yeah, sure, but in a map that is this long, 100,000 points of lead is just impossible to recover from. Andre MC is actually close to fail. Lotus actually as well with a very low HP. No surprises here. The US definitely recognizing the advantage on the SVs, going straight for it, capitalizing, in my opinion already, a very important pick for them to start with. All the US players above the 97 now. Only Andre is holding the S rank for Brazil. Actually, Lotus as well. He's holding the better score in terms of accuracy, and Andre drops again, so there goes his best score. And as much as as big of a difference this looks like, and it is, don't get me wrong, it's mostly just Urso Manso really. Like, he's like 10% behind Gekido, and that hurts a lot. But other than that, Lotus and Andre are both on the S rank, only like 2% off the other United States players. So at any point it could happen that the US could just drop and like CB rush. But even if that happens, Urso Manso is just so behind that it doesn't matter at all.
It could have been more to like a restriction on the practice on the time schedule. So if Urso is more prepared to this chart, if Brazil ended up winning and facing against South Korea later on, if they can actually just practice a little bit more often on the SB side, it could actually be a threat to South Korea.
Pretty big combos there by Tove. I think he actually misses. Only Gekido now remains with a 1300 combo. Lotus as well holding a pretty decent combo there at 1200. But again, we can only talk about the great performances from some of the players here. The score is pretty much unrecoverable here. The map is pretty much decided no matter what happens. Unless a fail happens in the end.
Yeah. I think US has like a very solid average score. Like, they're all just like around the 0.3% range of every scores in the lobby. Like, both accuracies are just pretty solid overall. Like, on the Gekido, you see only the 98%, kind of dropping down a little bit though. Last SV is coming up right there.
By Gekido, 912 on Breach Protocol. Actually 917, that's really good score. Only 200 off Tove Daddies. Actually, look at the 200 counter, 106, 107, 109.
That's just like overall, just identical consistency for all these three players. But you already see, just unfortunately, Ursa is not able to keep up with the dents and the SVs.
Yeah, but even if he was, this difference was so huge that he needed like a 900 plus 1,000 point score, and even with that, it wouldn't have been enough. He had been way better than the best US player, and even with that, it will probably still be in favor of the Americans, or the North Americans rather.
So yeah, let's see what Brazil wants to pick here. Is they could just go with probably what they're actually their safest pick. In which case, it's probably going to be either, I don't know, Ellens or probably the hybrids for the most part.
I honestly think they should just go for Rice straight out of the gates. Maybe holding out for a hero. Okochama. I mean, Okochama is kind of risky. I will go for holding out for a hero here instead. Maybe the Relentless. Eito. Anything else will be sort of risky, yeah. I think.
Like this like a kind of like the picks that are safest, but it's not safe either. Ah, Relentless, okay.
There we go.
Alright, two queries back to back.
I told you, man, this is the Fury World Cup.
Furry 4Q World Cup 2019.
FWC.
FWC.
Going straight to Relentless here, though. I like this pick. I like this pick by Brazil a lot. I feel that they have the overall raw physical abilities to perform really well on this, and they will outperform the United States, I reckon. I feel that Nate is just gonna outperform Toph, and Lotus will probably outperform Gekido. And Andre and Authority will probably be about the same, so you will need two significant underperforming players in the Brazilians for the United States to take this one, in my opinion. I actually don't remember if the US played this against any other teams. I think against the Philippines, they might have played it.
I think it was the Philippines, yeah. And Brazil also, I think, played this against South Korea, if I remember correctly. So it would have been an interesting thing here, because I feel like all of the picks that have been picked, really, the Relentless is kind of like a coin flip on whoever hits the most pat is better.
Yeah, I reckon this could be more of a combo battle in general. I feel the accuracies will be somewhat similar in general, but the combo abilities by Nate and Lotus, even Andre to some degree, might just be too much for the US to handle. We'll see. Toph was talking about he was having a better session than average, so perhaps he can pull out a miracle and carry his team here. Not saying that Gekido and Sordi will not do any well, but in a map like this that is so easy to choke, I expect those players to choke. Actually, there's no full combos remaining anymore. Every single player has missed.
Yeah, like no one even like holding an FC just before the first drop here.
But the accuracies are somewhat in favor of the Brazilians here. You can see now that the scores lagged a little bit, the difference is minuscule, and it's only due to combo that the United States is on the lead right now. That miss by Lotus is gonna offset that a little bit more in favor of the United States. Brazil cannot sleep over this one. I feel it's a good pick for them, but they have to combo through this. The accuracies are going to be overall better.
First drop here, actually kind of hurting Gekido.
Gekido not doing well on those core jacks, like core mini jacks. I don't even know how to call them. The inner, no, like the 1-2 jacks and 3-4 jacks. There we go. Just call it that way.
It's pretty sparse in terms of like core jacks, but it's pretty light in terms of density. But then you see Andre and Gekido both trading misses too. Like the bottom row is keeping the combo up. Nope, never mind. So that he actually missed out there.
This is exactly what I meant. Nate and Lotus combo abilities will just overpower the United States, and it looks to be the case. They're holding incredibly good accuracies as well, 99.5 for both of them. It doesn't even need Andre to overperform. He's already outperforming Gekido here, and Soridi is nowhere near to see the Fanger, so Brazil is looking to have a pretty great lead here. Still, the ending is a little bit more long, no heavy. The UX could take some advantage out of that, but score gap is a bit too much in favor of Brazil now for recovery. Mini jacks again, long jacks rather. Lotus finds a drop here. It won't matter too much. They need more if they want to get over this.
Sordy finally breaking that the high combo there. Only Silly Fangirl and Togetti recovering and then getting the highest combo in the lobby. More into the long nut sections here. Doesn't seem like anyone gonna trip up here because everyone is handling this very well.
Sordy now struggling with this long nuts a little bit. There's no combo drops other than Lotus now from Brazil. They're just gonna edge this pretty clearly. They will take this point without too many troubles at the end. Lotus and Nate both having ridiculous scores. They're 21 200s, 35 for Silly Fangirl. Only a single.
It was all slider break too.
One slider break, and if it wasn't by that, it would be a full combo. That's a ridiculously good score for Nate. The ratio from Lotus is also incredible. He actually doesn't get the best score only by that, but man, that was a show.
Like, even with less than 30k difference, it's still like really close. Like, it would have gone like to like long node section where everyone kind of like column lock and it's like Lee's gonna switch over. So this is actually gonna be still a close difference, regardless of the score discrepancy for both Andre and Gekido.
Now for the next pick, the United States, what they will go. I was about to say Kami-sama Nejimaki, but actually Hibidara can know me. Looks like a decent pick as well. They had a very good score last time. I mean, without the disconnection by Gekido, obviously. Like the fail by the Gekido, I mean. But they should have the advantage on this.
Yeah. I don't feel like there's probably gonna be like any more the entire lobby wipe in terms of combo just because of the ESVs, but because I feel like United States are very well rehearsed to it.
I mean, I will still make the argument of nobody will combo the SVs, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, like the middle section where it only has that one SV, and then the ending of it is pretty much a coin flip, where everyone is kind of like releasing it too early, or was it kind of like overholding? But we'll see.
Here we go. Actually, pretty fast start here.
Well, yeah, this time around it's pretty fast start.
Not taking too much time.
They're only like Haley just swapping out with Swordy. This time around could be a good lineup for.
Interesting. By I mean, no surprise that Halogen is joining here, but yeah, this is a client thing. Yeah, this is just a client thing.
Okay.
I promise.
A little bit decent there.
And there he goes. I mean, his combo is a bit lower than the rest.
No. It's actually a turning client. The accuracy wasn't even that like an issue at all.
Okay, this is like very weird.
His combo
let's just deal with it. Let's just live with it.
Yeah.
Having a bit of a long start here.
His combo is back up now. There you go. No issues at all. But out of all so far, just the raw accuracy on this kind of long notes here. Only Halogen dropping like the first miss on United States.
I was about to say, Halogen might have some difficulties with this very early long notes. The release timings are very hard, and he's not well known, well versed when it comes to long note releases. He can hopefully recover from these techie patterns now and try to outclass one of the Brazilians. Hope for a miss or two. We'll see.
Everyone hitting 200s at the very end of that stream. Doesn't sound good at all. Only you would see Andre 99.67 across like everyone else who has like 99. Just Gekido trailing up behind Andre.
Yeah, that accuracy by Andre is very good. He's actually probably B1 double S-ing so far. That would be great.
Nah, that was like.
Actually, no, he hit like a 2 or 3 200s. Yeah, you're right, on the stream. Brazil is having the accuracy advantage as well as the combo advantage, but the accuracy difference is barely noticeable. It's about
Like,
0.3%.
You would actually see the lead is still nothing if you would compare it to like the middle section coming up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's
This is gonna look like this until we hit the SVs. Oh, okay, Kikido actually misses one of those really tricky sort of jacky patterns, like the streams that had a jack in the middle. Algen misses as well, and one of the longest transition. Now Toph as well, missing on the shore long notes.
No FCs on the United States, but 3 FCs on Brazil side.
That's very great, but again, the SV can still decide all this. A huge drop by the Brazilians can definitely make up for these mistakes by the United States. Halogen dropping the 4th column long note, not gonna help too much. They need to miss the less they can if they want to go for a win here. Brazil is just outclassing the United States here by a lot, but again,
I think
this is about to rock it up now.
30,000 points of difference still doesn't make a lead, a huge shift lead.
Not at this point. The SV still need to happen, and it's gonna come down to this. Andre misses there, and actually, Lotus both combo through that. Every single player other than them find misses. Wow.
But we'll see though. I think like this section right here is pretty much really hard to combo through that.
It is, but at this point, would it really matter? They're holding a 45, maybe 50,000 points of lead here. Brazil is looking in control of this double full combo by Lotus and Nate. That's ridiculously good. They are definitely playing at the best of their abilities.
I wouldn't really call it pretty much a full combo right until the very end because there's one more last SV they come up.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, sure, they can miss the SVs at the ending. But still, that's like crazy scores. Lotus accuracy is unbelievably high as well, 99.42. What is this guy? Last bit of burst here. Bit of manipulation required perhaps for some of this. But Lotus just combos through it, Nate's as well, and this might just be a double full combo.
I wouldn't really call it a double FC yet, but it's still like gonna see.
Getting to the last low jam here,
last
2K. Oh, he has 100. Okay, he didn't drop there.
That's pretty safe. Oh my god, that's so scary.
That was really close. There's still a double full combo on Lotus and Nate at this point.
0.1
by Lotus again.
0.1 slow jam coming up. It sees
win for Brazil now, regardless of the misses that could happen now. Brazil takes the first breakpoint. Nate drops the last long note. He misses the release there. Unfortunate, but I will call that a full combo. I don't even mind. 975k for Lotus. The man doing the man things, and Antry's score as well is incredibly good. Only one single miss and 50.
That was
best ratio of the lobby actually, other than Tom.
Well, yeah, that was literally like the 2 FCs on Brazil's side, really, compared to like United States. Kind of a little bit underperforming from like last matches, but it's still really good performance.
I'm honestly shocked. Those performances by both Nate and Lotus are just out of this world. They won it by 70k, but I mean, with
just
those
individual
scores,
performances,
can any team even beat that? I don't think so. That
maybe
has to be the best performance of the entire tournament in that match.
There's probably like I can name like 1 or 2, but out of that, it's just individual performance that is really insane. But we'll see here. Brazil's pick, because I think that was a breakpoint as well. So we'll see what their picks are gonna go with.
What will Brazil pick now, though? They are in a pretty decent position here. Getting that break point early on is definitely what they were looking for. So something like, I mean, they could go for Epidermis, honestly. But I believe they should just go for Rise, honestly.
Epidermis is okay. I feel like the Crystal Chamber Combustion, but I don't like that pick either.
I don't like Crystal Chamber Combustion at all.
Yeah.
It's so short and it's so easy. Just one miss can cost you the game. They have to go for longer consistency picks, but not something like Do I Smile. Do I Smile is like way easier than the rest of the picks in terms of like physical abilities, and Halogen can probably do very well on it. It's more likely Brazil that will drop that ball instead. So again, Gamma could be a pick, holding out for a hero, Epidermis, even Aito I think could work.
Yeah, we'll see though what Brazil's gonna go get the calls correctly.
I mean, we've seen teams struggling a lot when it comes to map picking when they were on the scene. Remember, US versus Philippines had like 7 breakpoints.
7 breakpoints out of 11.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Still waiting for Brazil for pick here. Because I feel like I think like Ado is fine. Ado is a fine pick, and holding out for a hero like you said is also a good pick. So
Thriller.
Okay. All right.
I mean, yes, sure. They took Thriller against South Korea. I was actually thinking about this pick before, but I don't think they should risk it this early. Like, this is a map that I can see Toph like carrying the United States. So Brazil cannot really afford to underperform. They have Gekido and Toph for this one. They should be doing very well on it. So I don't know. I don't know if I like this a lot. I think this will work well against Korea for both of these teams. But I think Brazil had better picks than this, at least at the moment.
Yeah, it's an okay pick, but not the best pick in terms of like getting the competitive lead. Yeah, we'll see. Water signals the empty start right there. Should be going on soon. We'll see Thriller.
This is combo battling at its finest. Honestly, this will be just decided by the misses. I don't think any player can like consistently get very good accuracies at this. And if there is one, it has to be Toph. And perhaps Nate. So for this kind of maps though, that are more like mixed, more hybrid based, more tricky, in general more jacky, I feel that the United States have a better chance to pull out a combo, like Gekido and Toph, for example. Okay, Toph is... I think it's just a client. Or is it?
I don't know. The accuracy is so low though.
Oh, this might be actually an issue.
I don't know, because the accuracy is 92%, and compared to like everyone else.
I'm actually curious. That actually was legit, wasn't it?
Or just like these sections alone. I feel like, yeah, that was kind of like a legitimate drop, like Toph, I think. It's so late as well that it might have been like an issue at the very beginning of the show.
I mean, I don't want to discredit Toph issues at the intro, but what is Brazil doing?
Well, yeah, you would compare like everyone else, 99.5, okay, never mind. Nate actually is dropping the first miss right there, but just overall accuracy is like everyone just on Brazil side is like destroying this like one-handed.
Gee, Brazil is just like, what? I'm actually a little bit shocked. Halfway through the map, we still have 2 full combos by Andre and Lotus, and the accuracies are ridiculous.
I am completely sane.
Are you completely sane? I'm pretty sure these guys are not completely sane. Like, look at those scores! A single miss from Sillyfanger is the only thing that was a hiccup for the Brazilians here. And he's still holding a 99.34. It's not even bad accuracy. The best one from the United States is by Gekido with a 98.88. And honestly, like without the misses from Toph at the intro, he probably would be around the same accuracy as Silly, maybe even lower than that. Andre now starting to struggle alongside Lotus as well. There's no more full
Yeah.
combos. But again, nobody on the US managed to combo through that either. So this is just looking great for the United States, for the Brazilians, for the red-sided team.
Like, supremely good accuracies for... Okay, there's like 4 breaks already in that transition. But then, I think this kind of performance could actually like... this is why that Brazil is very strong at this bit, and why they beat South Korea on this bit.
Yeah, they're doing really well. Like, their accuracies are just incredible, even with the misses. Like, Lotus just misses, but never drops accuracy. He's like the one miss man. He gets a 970k on this with that amount of misses. He's got 15 200s. That's a
15.
thing. That's a
Like
victory
15.
for the United States. For the United States, for Brazil, I keep saying that, by 153,000 points. Even with Tove playing at his best, it wouldn't have mattered. All the Brazilians about 960k, and what the hell?
15-1, 24-1, 22-1. That's already a solid consistency over Brazil. It's just unfortunate that Tove gets like the unfortunate drops at the like very beginning of the chart. But man, that was
Hilarious.
wild for Brazil. We'll see. United States will gonna have to pick to ready up and getting up another.
I'm honestly sort of shocked. Like, jeez, those performances by Brazil were ridiculous. Like, if they can play like this against Korea, obviously the United States going for Kami-sama and Nejimaki, which I argue was their best pick after Beach Protocol. But I mean, Brazil is playing out of their minds right now. If they can take down the US here and play like this against Korea, they have a very legit chance.
I think this
is
is
the
like
best map of the four, right? I mean, no bias.
no bias, but still saying the best map. All right. I think this is like the only map that has like 100% pick rate. Maybe. I don't know if Brazil and South Korea picked this. Because I know like the United States played this twice, and at the very least Thailand played this.
Oh my god,
So
I'm sad. I honestly
yeah.
think this can't be worse than Talent Shredder. Come on.
Gekido is calling out the one.
We can't
Maybe
be
that
friends.
sort. Friendship has ended with Gekido.
Yeah. Now Toph is my best friend. But there we go. Pick number 5 here. The US needs to get back into it, and winning this will help them, but they still need to break at least once against Brazil to put this back into tie scenario. Obviously,
so
very
already
loud
finding
sounds.
the first miss. Already we see 2 misses on the United States right there. Just wow, everyone just like United States is not having their full combo through them.
I think the US is not having the best of their days, honestly. Like, as much as I love them, they are not performing as their best of their days this time. I'm pretty sure they can do better than this. And Brazil is just not giving them a single chance. They are on the mood for sure for this one. Triple full combo still for them.
I think what you said that United States has a better session in terms of like a practice section to it, but in terms of tournament setting, it doesn't translate it well. You see Brazil with 2 missiles on its side, so the lead is kind of a little bit shifting a little bit.
You have to be very careful on a map like this. Even though the accuracies from the United States are kind of low here, Soidi particularly holding behind the 98 mark. That's gonna hurt a lot. He's holding a pretty decent combo, so long as the Brazilians cannot full combo through the rest of this, they might have some difficulties. Gekido Dao actually dropping the combo there, so it's gonna be very hard for the US now. That if they cannot hold their combos here, the accuracies are not competing against Brazil right now, so they definitely need those combos up as much as they can possibly do. And Brazil is just not letting up. This full combo by Nate, 99.23% accuracy. A miss by Andre, a miss by Lotus, traded by Sordi, and now Gekido. Not gonna be helpful for the United States. This lead is just a bit too big still to recover just by accuracy alone.
Yeah, the only high combo is now being Tove and Silly Fangirl, but then yet again, Tove handling the best accuracy in terms of like everyone else in the lobby, but then Silly Fangirl has the FC, which means it has the upper hand in terms of score advantage.
Another miss there by Andre. This solo can be very tricky to combo through it. Gekido traces the miss now from Andre. They need to start to not trade those misses. They need to capitalize out of them, and it's not happening. They're just dropping every single time that Brazil drops. Like Lotus and Gekido again. Both trading again and again and again, and it only helps Brazil extend that lead with those misses as the accuracy just throw higher. Gekido trades again with Andre MC now, and Nate just casually full combo this. He doesn't give a single trouble with this.
Yeah, Silly Fargo pretty much he doesn't care. He's just gonna like combo and cruise through all of the cards.
Oh no, he drops on the jack! On the third column jack!
Unfortunate.
That was the easiest jack in the entire chart. What is wrong with you, Nate? Come on.
But then yet again we'll see I guess we're like only 35k difference.
He's dropping on the easiest stuff. What is wrong with him?
That's
He drops on the triple now.
But not trades up with the Gekido as well, but then like the lead difference is still pretty much going nowhere. Oh, Lotus! Whoa, what happened to Lotus? Calm lock right there.
That's a big drop, but it's not gonna matter too much. The map is almost over and the lead is so big at this moment. Even with this misses at the end by Brazil, it's not gonna matter. This is a 30,000 point gap in favor of Brazil, and it's another break point. Tove holding the best accuracy in the entire lobby as well as the best score in the entire lobby. 976, only 2 misses at the early beginning.
Yeah. Well, best ratio goes to Andre right there. Just beating out Lotus and Tove in terms of like particular ratio.
Andre's doing so well. Like, he got so much better at the game with time. Like, I remember back in the times of like Soft 2, when he had that match against Aitor. And when we thought that like Scarlet Rose was very hard, like he got so much better. He's such a key component of the Brazilian team now.
Yeah, he improved like tenfold in terms of like every single performance in every single skill set. So having the core of Brazil is pretty much critical for Brazil. But we'll see here, that's also a breakpoint for Brazil, and that would mean Brazil will get another pick coming up here to maintain
Are we getting 7-1? Are we getting a Brazil 7-1 meme again? Is this 2014?
It could be, but we'll see.
What will Brazil pick here though is a big question that remains unanswered. I will argue they can go for holding out for a hero, but they will go for Epidermis instead. That's fine.
That's a safer pick for Brazil right there compared to like Thriller we saw. But Thriller was like killing. It was like killed by Brazil right there. Like
yeah, they settled it. Like they just performed brilliantly on Thriller. This one in particular I feel is not as straightforward for them to smash and crash through. Like Thriller is very tricky to combo through, and at the end there were some difficulties by Andre and Lotus. And I think Epidermis is a bit different in a way. Like Epidermis is more like stamina demanding, I reckon. Thriller is more tricky to just pattern-wise hit overall. Epidermis is one of those maps that just drains you and drains you and drains you, and at the end it just punishes you if you wasted too much of your stamina.
Yeah, the ending of the Epidermis is very chaotic. It's just like when you raid something like a song like this, when there's like a multitude of like jacks and like in between LNs of it, it just becomes so much more harder. Yeah, it just becomes so much more harder to get.
It is insanely tricky to time, and the ending gets ridiculously crazy. You get Halogen back now in action for the United States. And we'll see. The US needs to start winning. They need to break a point or two as soon as possible if they want to get back into the game. But Brazil has been looking like a big powerhouse now, and I don't really know how they will do it. They're looking extremely well.
I think we saw like 2 players from Brazil. I think it was Andre and Filipango who actually did FC Epidermis too. It will be interesting to see because it's their game and it's their alley to get through it. So it will be surprised to get a solid performances by both of these players, especially for Lotus as well. Signals the empty start right there, should be getting it soon. And with very ominous background, it seems. We're getting to Epidermis.
Black background.
It's black with sparkles.
Here we go then, pick number 6. Brazil looking really well. Their own pick now being selected. It is Epidermis. They're looking for a win. A quick victory against the United States on some Psycore action here. Mapped by Shoegazer, and we know his maps are brutal. This is no exception with rates 1.3. Extremely fast and very, very tricky to combo through. The ending, very heavy stamina is required to mash through it. And we'll see if these two teams have what it takes.
Pretty much no lead. Just right before the chaos happens.
Ominous. Actually, I'm not so sure about this. It will take some time until we get a bit of a lead growing for any of these two teams. The intro is fairly easier to combo compared to the rest of the maps, but we see the first drop already by the United States. Halogen is the player that drops not only combo but also quite a heavy amount of accuracy. 1 point of accuracy behind Andre MC, and now with another miss alongside Gekido, the Brazilians will take the advantage quite quickly in their favor.
More misses coming from the United States right there, but Brazil just killing this anyway.
Again, I'm shocked by this performances by Andre. He's doing so well in general. I was not expecting him to stand all that solid at this level of difficulty, but he's proving again to be the main key factor of Brazil's victories. And he's not dropping at all. There's still a triple full combo for the Brazilians.
Everyone on the Twitch chat is like supporting Andre, kind of, because of the Twitch smash.
A single full combo by Toph, trying to punish the Brazilians as much as possible, but Lotus is the only one to drop and trade it right back with Gekido, and this single streams.
It is probably going to be the same people again who actually gets the AFC, which is Andre and Filipango at this point.
I don't know, I wouldn't call it that early. The ending is very heavy stamina again, and Andre, even though he's being proving to be one of the most incredible players this time around, his stamina is also not as incredible. His hit concentration is getting a bit wide, and Filipango is starting to drop accuracy as time goes on. He's hitting a little bit too early. Andre with the first Halogen and Toph are trying to capitalize out of them with those big 2 combos, but the map is almost over. It won't really matter as soon as Brazil can
starts to get a little bit harder.
Don't think it's enough time. Toph finds a drop. Halogen follows. Gekido as well. There's no more combos on the US. Filipango just going nuts here. With the full combo still, everybody drops, but the man, the myth, the legend, Filipango, with only 1,000 normal 300s and 0 misses, gets the 969. Not even the best score in the lobby due to ratio and 200 count.
Yeah.
But that's a full combo he should be proud of.
Impressive performances, like, for every player in the lobby. I think the only Toph getting like the best score just like shy around 7,000, just purely on ratio. But that would just be a difficult situation for US right there because they're already down by 4 points, and they need to get like a pick right now and just like getting a comeback here, pretty much. And duplication just taking up the risk here.
I mean, they have to. There's not much left for them to pick, really. Did the client just died? I think it did.
I think. Because I think the MP and it does seem like the music stopped a little bit.
Yeah, I think the client just decided to like stop working. We should be back soon, though. Don't worry. It was a crash.
Yeah, it just technically just happened, so it's pretty common yet again.
I mean, the client just doesn't like furries.
Indeed. However, I think the map was like probably doesn't like it either.
And we're back now.
And
There we go. Oh, Android roller 2. That's cool.
That would mean that 2 column locks might happen in the lobby. "46 years to fix client." There we go. Watcher calling out the good rolls here. "72 years to Tachyon." But Andre looks like kind of a little bit more to a Tachyon player because he's playing insane.
Did they just roll 70 twice in a row?
It's 72 and 70? Not 72 though. It was just like pretty close roll. It's just pretty close. 35 misses. Don't say that. Come on. But we'll see. Whoever gets the column up the most will get the upper advantage for the whoever doesn't get the column up the most. Oh, misses coming up around. Hopefully it's just the client though. Okay, no misses this time around. Client just being client. We'll see here. Sorty finds the first miss on the trailing transition. Andre as well too. Kind of trading off, but the accuracy is still staying strong. Sorty down to 97. Across Andre only dropped twice, but still at 99%.
Looking pretty good for Brazil right now. They have a pretty big lead, but again, this is a map that you can easily column log on the aim burst at the ending, so not late enough to call this a victory already. But there is the column log. Actually, Brazil makes it through, but US just gets destroyed by those imbers. Every player dropping behind the 98 mark here. Tofi is the one that surprised me most.
Yeah, this is like very, very volatile to get like just several misses on that trail transition, and this is why that I don't like this thing either, even with that given risk, because some people in like Brazil is like comboing through this, coursing this like no problem at all.
This actually
Even
is
though
pretty
it's
tricky to combo
Andre
through though. Andrew's dropping quite a lot of accuracy here, but it doesn't really matter. Nate is just holding the 99% accuracy, and that itself alone will carry Brazil to the victory here. It doesn't matter. They'll need a fail here. Actually, Lotus is not playing. I just noticed.
Yeah, it's replaced by Q because I feel Lotus is like a little bit too scared to get like more column lock. Yeah. But Q is like playing impressively well, holding 2.6k combo just right before the mortar transition starts.
Really good. Like, I think every Brazilian is outplaying every single one of the US players, other than Andre now, who just struggles a little bit. Will get behind Top Daddy, but that score by Brazil again is really good, and United States running out of bullets, picking the best they could and not even making it through. Yeah. 972k for Silly Fanger, queued with an amazing combo, and Andre just an overall machine. The US on the edge of elimination here, of the 7-1 victory from Brazil. They have the pick. They have the last pick potential. They can seal the deal right now and start to focus on Korea.
Yeah, that would be potential match point here for Brazil, as they only have one more left to get to the second spot at the very least, and facing South Korea in a winners bracket for that. And again, United States, as you said, right at the brink of the elimination.
Pretty hard situation here for the United States. They can't just afford a single pick being dropped again, but their morals have to be very down now. Brazil took 6 points in a row, not giving the US a single chance at all. And as much as they tried, this is looking like it is the end of the road. Will they be able to change fate, to prove that they are still in it? It's very hard. Not many good picks left for the US. Everything is looking great for Brazil. Brazil just has to pick once again, potentially, to seal the deal. They're going for Crystal Chamber Combustion.
I just don't like this. I just don't like this at all as a pick.
I mean, to be extremely fair, well, does it even matter? Like, they have so much to like risk here. They can still make 3 more picks after this, like 2 more picks after this, even if they lose this, and they then lose the pick by the end. They can't afford to just go for this kind of things.
Looks like I think Gekido will be swapped out by Cell? Or I don't know, because I think Gekido left. Assuming that Cell is joining here. Oh, there we go. Cell's moving out to the tourney server, just called out by Toph there. There we go. We got Cell joining in. Hopefully, just to get a little bit of counter on what's happening on the lead for this particular pick. And as much as like United States is probably on like a pretty decent handicap there, and Brazil is like looking pretty much victorious for over this pick because they already can take risks for any picks in the pool. And Brazil is probably seeking for a 7-1 in terms of victory. You see, the signal of FB start, possibly the last pick for both of these teams, and United States will probably be the last pick for the match.
Potentially the US last map on the entirety of the tournament. The battle for the second place is happening right now. Whoever loses this gets third place. Whoever wins gets to play for the grand title against South Korea. This could be the last fight. Can the US pull a miracle here? It's not looking great at the start. Crazy Cell finds a pretty big choke there. Actually quite a few of them. His accuracy drops down to the 98-97% mark. And even Halogen as well now dropping. Not looking good for the US. Tough Daddy trying his best to carry the team. But as much as he can do, it's not enough. Against this Brazilian team, 99.5 is the lowest accuracy for Brazil, and it's already better than Toph.
Already both Halogen and Cell missing out right there. But then you already see it's not much time left. There's like only 35 seconds remaining in the charge, and it just
morale is not helping. The United States is just falling. Sillyfanger drops the combo, but the lead is so huge it's not gonna matter. They need more drops, and it's only a quarter of the maps remaining. Halogen traces the miss now with Sillyfanger, and Toph, the last hope for them, finds the miss once more. And as much as this looks like Brazil could edge it, there's a triple miss, and it's just a lot of misses from Brazil, but also from the United States. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. The map is over. No more much is left for Brazil to advance. They take the point. They take the match. It's 7-1.
In favor of Brazil, and there you have it. United States will secure third place on the podium as well. Brazil will have to face South Korea in the winner's bracket yet again to revenge on what happened on the last week's match as well. Congrats to Brazil, congrats to United States. Well played by both teams.
That was honestly anticlimactic, isn't it?
It's pretty much, yeah. Although I would still expect that Brazil will came out on top of that this much, but given their performances, they are just literally killing the pool.
I'm, like I said initially, I was looking at Brazil and I was like, this team looks so good in paper. If they have a good session, they can take even the best of the best, even Korea. And this time, the team that had to suffer Brazil's rage on the best of their abilities was the United States. Arguably, in what was not the best of the days from the North American boys, Brazil just crushed the United States tonight. They played out of their minds as if everything was on the line. They didn't lose a single pick other than the SVs at the intro. And at this point, if I'm a Korean player, I will be afraid, because if Brazil can pull this course once more tomorrow, it's gonna be literally impossible, I argue, for Korea to win it. The scores on Thriller, the scores on maps like, what was it? Epidermis. They're just impossible.
They're just very tough to beat, and even South Korea will have like just be very afraid on what they're gonna go with, and just to be sure they have safe picks on their back. And that would be the third place match being done for, and we have tomorrow's match here. I think it was also South Korea versus Brazil, and the same time as the this match. I think it's like 1 UTC.
I think it's 1 UDC, yeah.
Yeah, it's not 30 minutes earlier from the match.
But hey, that's it though. Like, Brazil looking to pull out the first time in history for them to be champions. Brazil has not won a World Cup just yet in any mode, mind you.
Yeah,
and this could be their golden chance.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow will change the history too, as we already saw like three year having South Korea as the champion of many World Cups. Maybe this time around it could go to Brazil. Who knows? But at this point, South Korea will be very afraid on what Brazil's performance.
Yes. Remember though, if Korea loses against Brazil, there will be a bracket reset. Brazil needs to beat Korea twice if they want to crown themselves as the champions of the tournament. So this is looking still pretty good for Korea. They can afford to lose a match in order to get some intel on how Brazil is doing that particular day. But Brazil, again, looking for their golden chance. They had it on 2016. They lost their chance against Korea. This time, on 2019, looking to not get denied again. The most powerful team that we ever seen by Brazil showing up here. And perhaps we will see history. Korea, for the first time, they might not be able to pull it off. I honestly said on the very first day of the tournament that my money was on Brazil, and they are proving me right so far. If they can pull this performance against Korea tomorrow, I see a very real possibility. But again, we saw Korea last weekend. We know that you cannot afford a single mistake because they will capitalize out of it. Korea is probably the most consistent team in the entire tournament, and you need to overperform them. There's no other way for you to beat them. It's gonna be an amazing match though. Tomorrow at 1 UTC, Brazil versus South Korea for the grand finale of the tournament. Perhaps a bracket reset, perhaps not, but we'll see. Until tomorrow it will be.